brainstorming to come up with ideas, I think, is a critical part of the creative process. However, like Gary Vaynerchuk says, ideas are shit if you don't do something with them, right? Hi, I'm Angel. Thanks for stopping by. I have lots of great ideas, and sometimes I actually take action without spending enough time in that brainstorming idea phase. So I can attest that either one isn't ideal, that there's, and it's all ideal, I guess, would be the flip side of that. But I think it's important not to shortchange that brainstorming process sometimes when you're coming up with ideas. And obviously that varies depending on the kind of project you're doing. When it's a creative project that involves more than one person and supposed to achieve a certain outcome, like something done at the end, then it's important to spend some time coming up, like brainstorming being there's no wrong idea, just kind of throwing ideas out there to get that idea juice going in the brain so that you start to come up with better ideas. And I think people who are creative and really successful spend regular time generating ideas. Now, generating ideas is great, but it doesn't get anything done. And getting stuff done without any idea behind it seems like a waste of time to me as well. And generating a lot of ideas without then taking action and getting something done with one or more of those ideas seems like a waste of energy and time. So I think it's important to balance those two. The generation of ideas, the exploration of idea, thinking things through, and then the actuality of doing it. So right now I'm working on an outdoor oven project that I got hired to do for someone else, and it was super neat to get hired to help somebody with their creative process. And I asked some questions. We looked at the site. We talked about what he wanted to get out of it and what he wanted made out of and what the objectives were. And then we spent some time just kicking around various ideas and kind of, talking about potential methods for going about getting that outcome of this seating area and cooking area. And then we slowly honed in through the generation of those ideas on a plan. And then when we agreed to go forward with the plan, and still then so there was a whole week or two of idea generation and planning, even, on a steady track. And then there was the actual starting of the project. And as soon as the physical act of starting the project, digging in the dirt and laying the blocks and getting the material started, then things start to shift a little bit in the plan. The idea starts to gel together, or sometimes it gets carved away at, and you get something, often, at least with my creative process, my artistic creative process, it's very much about knowing the end result I want and also allowing for the actual doing to help shape the idea in the long run. So as I was building, every day that I was out there physically working on the project, little changes happened to the plan according to what worked best with the time and place and materials that are going together into this project. I still have another day or two to finish it. I had to delay because of the weather, and that's just one example of, things you can't necessarily, you can plan for it, but you can't plan perfectly for it. You have to plan by just being able to adapt as necessary to certain things. So I think that is super important to keep in mind in life in general. That's just one story to exemplify, but pretty much anything in life, if you don't spend enough time planning, you can end up just kind of spinning your wheels, taking action without ever reaching a goal, without ever accomplishing something awesome. You could spend your whole life just going to your 9-to-5 job and never really think through, what do you want to do with your life? What experiences do you want to have? What kind of relationships do you want to have? What do you want to dress like? What do you want to fix your house up looking like? Where do you want to live? All those questions you get to answer. But if you don't think about, have ideas about possibilities and run those kind of scenarios in your head and try some of them, and then that's the thing. So if you don't think about them, then you're going to miss out on a whole lot of stuff the potential ideas. And then if you don't take any action and you just spend all your time thinking about them, it's, just the same outcome. Then you're still not going to end up accomplishing much. That's my 2 cents for today. I'd love to know what you think of all that. If you care to share in the comments below. As always, you can find other ways to contact me and ways to support me in the description. And until next time, I wish you peace, prosperity, positivity, potential, lightheartedness. My hair's a mess, isn't it? And playfulness.